Welcome to Crochet ADHD. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. You're a one-hit wonder. I'm so glad you're here. If you are a repeat offender, a member of the GlamFam, have a Coke and a smile. Today's episode is the March LP. It is everything that I had done in the month of March, everything that I wanted to do, started and then stopped doing, etc., etc. I have been catching up on my editing of previous videos that I had recorded and just had been sitting on my hard drive. March's LP is technically it's February and March, because what I showed you in February was technically from like December and January, I think. Couple things. I'm trying something here. If you can't tell, don't worry about it. If you can and it looks good, you can tell me. If you can and it doesn't look good, don't worry about it. We are also going to choose a recipient for the calendar gift recipient thing, that we did. I did choose one, and I will be announcing the recipient later in the video. So before I go too much further into it, let's do finished objects. Problemo. So the first finished object, this was finished on on February 12th. Ba-bam. Anybody that is following me on Instagram has probably already seen this. This was what started off as the challenge sweater. I challenged Lynn from Nina's Knots Crochet to take a knit pattern and convert it to Tunisian crochet. Even though I am now officially finished with mine, last time I checked, Lynn had not finished hers because she was still working on the sleeves. Now, I did tell her that yes, even though it was supposed to be sweaters, blah, 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 that she could just make it short sleeves and be done. But I didn't cheat per se. I just stopped following the pattern when I got to a certain part of it. I promise I will really, really try hard to figure out what the heck that pattern was, and I will put it on the screen and down in the places. Here she is. She's beautiful, and I put, oh look, that's crooked. Yeah, I put this little tag in the back. It does not irritate or scratch, or I'm very sensitive to stuff like that. I am looking forward to wearing this bad boy this spring and summer and fall. I really feel like I've shown you this before. I apologize. I don't know. My second finished object is, where is it? Where is that? I don't know where it is. Well, I will just talk about it. It is, yeah, wait, moving past that. Okay, so 2024, I did the make along that was the whole year round, and it was the hip to be square mal, which all you had to do was make 2 squares each month for the whole year, ending up with at least 24 squares. I ended up with way more than that because the squares I found were just so enjoyable and relaxing to make that I just couldn't stop making them. I used, for the most part, I used micro minis that I had gotten from, oh, wow, Canada. Oh my goodness. Why can't I think of, I can't think of the name. Poets. Tangled poets? Tangled poets? Some kind of poets that are entangled in some kind of way. I used those that came in a little jar, and I matched the colors with my calendar inspiration, and also Judy's from Judy's Creation and Crochet. I used her color inspiration for my second square of each month. After it was all said and done, I was like, what am I going to do with this? I just don't want it to be a blanket. Whatever it is, just don't make it a blanket. Boo, 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 boo. You know, sometimes, oh no, wait. What happened there? Oh no. That's not good. Oh, wow. Did that happen to any other ones? Oh, wow. I will cry when I turn off the camera. I don't know what happened. Now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. All real and everything. What? What the heck? Of course, I don't have any more of that yarn, so I could fix it. Holy cow. But anyway, this is the not a blanket using up my 2024 squares from the Hip to Be Square Mal. I do have way more than 24. I don't remember how many I have, but then after I put them together, I did a border using more scraps to go all the way around. I guess technically it's like a lapgan size. Lapgan sounds about right. Sometimes yarn just wants to be what yarn wants to be, and there's really nothing anybody can do about it. Man. I'm going to try really hard not to focus on that hole while we continue with our discussion. The next item, this is again another from February. Another one is a shawl that I made. I called it the Barbara shawl. I can't show it to you because I forgot to take a picture of it before I gave it to the recipient.
Oh no.
It was made, it was a Karen cake, and it was one of the original Karen cakes that had, it was like 80% acrylic and 20% wool. Gorgeous colorway. I can't remember anything other than that. Gorgeous shawl, and I just forgot to take a picture of it. It was a granny shawl. Another shawl that I made called the Angie shawl, which again is for a friend of mine named Angie. Her shawl was made out of the same yarn as the Barbara shawl, and again I forgot to take a picture of it. Da-ding, da-ding, da-ding. Next up is the, well, where's that one? Next finished object is the Find the Path shawl. I strayed a little bit. I strayed from this pattern because no reason. Now that it is blocked, I'm looking at it and I'm angry because the substitution that I made makes it very easy to snag on things. Here it is. The substitution that I made in the original pattern, there is a drop stitch sort of situation. She has you doing treble crochet, Tunisian treble crochet, and I tried that, wasn't a fan for whatever reason, so I just changed it to, I don't even know what you call it, just, you know, I just dropped down and did like regular knit stitch, but I just dropped down a few rows to make it look like this. To me, this does not look like a finding the path part, but when I first started, because you start at the bottom and work your way up, this first section looks like the path thingy. I don't dislike it at all. I just wish I would have stuck with, this was more patternized where everything else was sort of random, and I don't know if I was just thinking about heartbeats or something. I don't know. It's just whatever. The yarn that I used for this is Wonderland yarns. The bulk of it, okay, let's see. Okay, so all of the variegated is from their, the breakfast tea mini set. You get 5 colors. It's like pink confetti, white confetti, mint green confetti, blue confetti. Is that right one? How many colors did I just say? 1, 2, blue confetti. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 colors. Dark blue is the ink yarn that I got in my mystery box. This was actually left over from the other project that I can't find wherever it may be. I don't know. I can't even remember what it looks like right now. I wrote it down as ink blue sweater. So I don't know. I may have frogged it. I have no idea. This is so soft. Y'all know I love Wonderland yarns. This is so soft, and I was so happy to finally find a project to use all of these minis in. And even though I didn't use it as like a balayage, what is it? Blur. I have, I know words. They're in here and they will appear later on, long after you and I have parted ways. Just, I'll just be sitting around minding my own business, and every single word that I didn't say to you right now will come out later, which is fine, except it's very confusing to the person that I'm talking to at that time. Find the path. I think this was a free pattern on Ravelry. I think. I can't remember. I love this Tunisian knit. I don't know if I said that already. Tunisian knit, and the designer, I can't think of her name right now, but it's crochet, but it's crochettier or crochettier. That's what it looks like. It looks like croche etier or etier. Yeah. I really like her patterns. This is the first one I've done, but I have plenty of them in my wish list and favorites on Ravelry. So if y'all didn't notice, my next finished object I will have to talk about now, because it's like all right, Miss Hetty. She is wearing, okay, so technically this is a finished object, but I have serious issues with it. This is the Sagebrush Tank. The pattern is by Grace from For the Frills. This is the 3rd one that I have made. For whatever reason, I had so much trouble with this version. I don't know why. It calls for a DK weight yarn. Now, the first 2 that I made, I used holding 2 strands of fingering weight together. No problem at all. This time, I'm going with a DK weight as God intended. And yet, it gave me so much trouble. Confession. The pattern tells you to make the front and the back piece separately. I don't like to do that because it's the equivalent of having to make like 2 socks or hat to gloves to mittens to bra pieces, whatever. And it never fails. The first one will be like perfect, spec everything, right? I mean, you lay it down, it's like bam, perfect. When I pick up the yarn to start the second one, and I'm talking like, you know, it's like number one, end, all right, there we go. First piece, lay it here. Let's start the second one. I don't know, my fingers start doing this, and it's like they're doing ASL while I'm trying to crochet. I don't know what happens, but the second piece always comes out wonky. So I decided that I was just going to make this in one piece. Now this is made side to side, which gives you this beautiful ribbing, because the ribbing is made because you're using back loop only all the way around. Okay. So once I got to the end, or what would be the end, I just continued around as if I was starting from the beginning, you know, all the way. The two sides are not the same. They're not the same size. I tried it on. I would say side boob was the issue, but this was more like almost front yard boobage. Like, because, you know, it fits like it's a v-neck kind of a thing, and it's got this, but then right over here, instead of it going like around here, it was like all up in here. And so I took it apart some, and then I redid it, and still it wasn't coming out right. And because murder is wrong, I decided to save my sanity and my husband's life. I was just going to add, I'm going to add on to this, because, oh yeah, not only was it, you know, the boob thing here, it was way low cut. This is the same size that I made before, so it's not even like, you know, any adjustments were made. The only change was using DK instead of two strands held together. I had like peekaboo and peekaboo. It was not good. It was just not good. So I said, I'm just going to add some width to the straps, which will also give me more coverage here, right? So I just went around, right? No biggie. And then on the inside, it did the same thing. It's still not right. So she's wearing it, and honestly, like, I love just, I don't know, I love how it looks on, but even here, see, this is a little bit low. See, Miss Hetty and I, we're kind of modest. I mean, I'm saying that like right here, but anyway, but we're kind of modest, and this just no, it's just not that kind of party, you know? I was going to frog the whole thing again, but I decided I was going to just put it on Miss Hetty, and I was going to show it to y'all, and y'all can say,
that's not so bad.
Or
maybe you should.
And I know I'm only showing you one side. The back of it looks the same as the front. Oh, it just bugged me. Would I recommend that pattern? Absolutely. I just wouldn't recommend trying to make it all in one piece unless you're a glutton for punishment. I'm just going to make it in two pieces the next time I do it. The yarn. If the yarn looks familiar, there you go, right in there. Okay. This is Wonderland yarn. It is Wonderland yarn Lori, and the color is called Blueberry Tea. A DK weight, 100% merino, and I'm telling you, I think that's probably why I fussed with this top as much as I did, because the yarn, it was like, y'all, I kept wanting to stitch with it. And then, you know, the ribbing of the pattern, this perfect pattern, what's the word I'm looking for? Perfect pattern design, perfect yarn. This was it. I just should have put it together in 2 pieces instead of 1, maybe. And also, strange side note, pretty sure that when I made it, I think the hook, because again, I've made 2 in this size before, and for some reason this doesn't fit the same way as the ones I made last year and the year before. So I'm pretty sure it's the humidity that has really caused some shrinkage around here. So, the next thing is another shawl. It is the Secret Path shawl. This is by Miho Crochet. Her name is Joanna Lindahl. That feels right. She has, I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she's got, she has beautiful shawls. She has several that are free. Dragon Belly Shawl, that's a free pattern. And she has the Lost in Time Shawl, free pattern, and the Secret Path Shawl. I have made many of the Dragon Belly Shawl. I've made 1 Lost in Time shawl, and also the Lost in Time, right? Is that right? No, not Lost in Time. Secret Path shawl. This is the second version I have made. It was finished, and then I found some more yarn, so I'm going to just add more to it because I don't think the bottom came out quite right. I haven't blocked it yet. Here she is. This yarn was gifted to me by Mama G from Mama G Gear. I got it, I think 2023, and it may have been one of the Hirschner's, I don't know, the big ball Hirschner things. I think it's cotton, or a cotton blend. And the color are just like, if this isn't summer tropical island, I just don't know what is. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm dying to make another one. So it's got popcorn stitches. For whatever reason, again, this is the second time I've made the shawl, and both times I managed to screw up the same part where every time there was a popcorn row, I was on the opposite side. So all of my popcorns were made on the back. And so I sat tirelessly pulling and trying to get the popcorns to look proper on the front side. I tried. I think, because I found some, or I have some more of this coloring, because I got bored. The color changes were taking too long, so I cut some parts and pieces, mainly the orange, because the orange just went on forever. And no, there's not that there's anything wrong with orange. Had I known that I was going to end up making this shawl, I would have just used, the whole cake for this, and I would have lived through the orange because I knew what was coming. But this is just stunning. Next finished object. I started this yesterday. I think this is my last finished object, y'all. I started making this yesterday, and it is not my last finished object. I lied. Sorry. I wanted to make, it's called the Aestas top. I made it a couple of years ago. It had issues with side boob, so I wanted to remake it, but I couldn't remember what I had done with the original one because I was just going to frog it and remake it, and I'm sure it's in here somewhere. But I didn't do any of that. I just made a new one, and all of this is stash yarn, now that I think about it. Woohoo! And this has been in my stash for a while, like 2020. So I started off using the Aestas top pattern, but when I got to the sides, which is where I had issue last time, I was trying to pay more attention. I think if the pattern was written out a little bit better, it would make it easier to read. I feel like, especially when you're having to do, so many stitches, skip this row, so many, whatever, when it's that, it should be written out almost like itemized instead of like a paragraph. And that's how it was written. And my eyes kept crossing over. I got to a certain part and then I just said, screw it. So here is my modified Aestas top. Okay. I love the lace work at the top. Okay. And here's some on the side, and that's as far as I got. And then I just did double crochets all the rest of the way. And then I added ribbing to the bottom. This is only the second time that I can remember that I actually did with applied ribbing instead of like starting with the ribbing and whatever. It has not been blocked yet. I'm hoping that by doing that, by blocking it, it's going to loosen up some things. And I have to, let's see. I did a different edge on this sleeve than I did on this one. So I'm going to fix this one so that they are similar. It looks, y'all, it looks lopsided, and I'm so upset because if it's lopsided, I think it's lopsided. Okay, so this is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's made top down, and she has you do short rows in the back, which I kind of like how I like how it's constructed. It's just when it gets down to the sides, and it's beautiful, people who can do it all. I just couldn't do it because it was written out funny and I was just not in the mood to rewrite somebody else's pattern and all that good jazz and stuff. Oh man, I think it's lopsided. I'm not frogging it. We'll block and see how it comes out. And my next finished objects, there are actually, I think there's 4 of them, but they're all the same thing. And I don't have them because they have been sent on to their home in Texas. I am calling these the Oma's favorite dishcloths. I created this pattern. I had a few of my yarny sisters test the pattern for me. It's a very simple pattern. I will be releasing it very soon, and I will more than likely make a tutorial for it. It is so simple. If you know how to do Tunisian knit stitch, you're good to go. I loved making these. Normally, when it comes to using cotton, 100% cotton anymore, my hands and I just, doing the Tunisian stitch, I liked how I made the first 2. I used fingering weight yarn. I would use it as a face cloth, right? And the other ones I used like, lily and cream, sugar and pie, whatever. The worsted weight cotton, like utility cotton, whatever. It's a good dishcloth, and it's still soft. So I really like it, and I'm excited to share it with y'all. So be looking for that soon. Poof. Next up, whips. Well, that was easy. No whips. I'm going to announce the recipient of the 2025 80s inspired calendar and other stuff that's in the bag. And yeah, so here we go. Yay! Okay, if this was you, please contact me at CrochetADHD at, I was going to say AOL. Don't do that. Don't do that. AOL. CrochetADHD@gmail.com. Please contact me by April 18th. 2025 to claim your prize, and I will get this shipped out to you. If you happen to not live in the United States, please contact me and we will make some arrangements so you can get some sort of something, because shipping, as we all know, is crazy. Speaking of calendars, I want to let you know that I did look at everyone's response as to which calendar we should go with. Lighthouses. Was it lighthouses? Lighthouses or national parks. And the winner is dun, 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 national parks. Yay. I gotta say, I was leaning heavily into the national parks, but I was trying to, be fair and not really put out. I didn't want to sway the vote in any way. There were several suggestions as use both and pick which one that you like, but I don't know if y'all knew, but when I do the calendar, when I show it to you, that's literally the first time I see it also, so I don't look ahead. So I didn't want to do that. And then, because if I like 2 in the same month, then yes, technically I guess I could do 2 in a month. But also, I want to go ahead and say, because I didn't before, I'm going to try going back to the shawl a month to match my inspiration photo. Now, if Judy from Judy's Creations and Crochet, if her inspiration, what is she doing this? Is it flower? No. Bird? No. What is it? I don't remember what she's using. Whatever the inspiration is for the month, I might use hers instead, or try to maybe incorporate the 2 together, some way, just because the future. So for the month of April, I am doing a no yarn in April challenge. The only exceptions are if you have a subscription, right? Like if you have a monthly subscription to a yarn company, business, whatever, that pre-existed April 1st, 2025, then that doesn't count. Also, the last day of April is local yarn shop day. So that also does not count. If you happen to be going to a yarn festival, and I'm saying an actual official legit yarn festival, not you and your friends get together and go hit up Michael's. No, that's not that. Okay. But if there's a legitimate yarn festival that is taking place in the month of April, you are excluded, or that yarn, any yarn you purchase at that event on that day does not count. Editing Jackie here. If you want a realistic update as to the No Yarn for April challenge, check out this video. I promise you're going to want to watch it. So for the month of April, I am working from stash, which I really, really need to do because I'm never going to say I have enough yarn. Have you ever noticed that no matter how much yarn you have, you don't have the right color for the next project that you want to work on? It's crazy. Crazy. My husband thinks I'm making that up. So that's yeah. No yarn April, except for the things that I said. Okay. Well, that's all I really had to say for this month. If you liked the video, please like this video. And if you want to stick around and become a member of the GlamFam, you can do that by clicking that subscribe button. And don't forget to rock that notification bell. Until next time, I've been Jackie.